Hello everyone, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The movie is directed by Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rothman, and written by Phil Lord and Rodney Rothman. Phil Lord is known for working on movies like the 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street movies. I haven't seen those yet, because I'm currently working on watching the seasons of the TV show, and then I'm going to watch the movies after. But anyway, I love their work on the Lego movie, though. His work on that and everything. So I was pretty excited to see what he would do with Spider-Man and everything, and he did a really good job with the script. The voice cast is very good. Shameik Moore does the voice of Miles Morales. This is the first film version of the character, and I thought he was very well written and very well voice acted, and everything. The voice acting for him was done very well. Jake Johnson plays Peter B. Parker, who is an alternate version of Spider-Man. I think he was kind of inspired by Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and everything. You could tell a lot of similarities in when they kind of showed some of his origins and stuff. You can tell a lot of similarities. Chris Pine, who was in Wonder Woman, does the voice of Peter Parker in Miles' reality and everything, and he's like a combination of Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield and everything. He's not in the movie very much. He's just for a few minutes at the beginning and everything. If you know the story of Miles Morales, you kind of know what happens with Peter Parker and stuff. But Lily Tomlin does the voice of Aunt May Parker, and she does a good job. Haley Steinfeld is the voice of Spider-Gwen, also known as, but in this movie she's called Spider-Woman, I guess. And Haley Steinfeld does a really good job doing her voice and everything. I actually kind of wish that we would get to see her play Gwen Stacy in a live-action movie. She's right around the same age where she could fit in with Tom Holland and everything. And I think she would do a really good job. But she does a great job doing Gwen Stacy's voice in this. Mahershala Ali does the voice of Aaron Davis, who is Miles' uncle, and he does a good job and everything. Brian Tyree Henry does the voice of Miles' dad, Jefferson, and he's really good. Luna Lauren Velez, I probably butchered her name, I'm sorry, does the voice of Miles' mom, Rio. She's not in this movie a whole lot, but she's in there a little bit, and she does a decent job. Kamikyo Glenn does the voice of Penny Parker. It's like this anime version of Spider-Woman or whatever. It has like this big robot. I had never heard of Penny Parker until this movie and everything, but she does a good job for the little screen time she gets and everything. Nicolas Cage does the voice of Spider-Man Noir, and he's good. When I heard he was in it, I expected him to actually be in it a lot more than he was and everything, because of him being such a big name, but he's actually not in it near as much as I expected he was going to be. And then John Mulaney does the voice of Spider-Ham, and he's just absolutely hilarious. That's probably one of my biggest things that I gotta say about this movie, that I think out of all the flaws and stuff, I wish that Spider-Ham would have been in this movie more. Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Spider-Ham movie. I doubt we'll ever get one, but might see him more like in short films and stuff like that. But I doubt we'll ever get a full-fledged Spider-Ham movie. But if we ever did, that would be awesome. Catherine Hahn does the voice of Dr. Olivia Octavius, who's known as Doc Ock in this universe. She does a pretty decent job. And Liev Schreiber does the voice of Kingpin, and he does a really good job and everything. But I feel like this movie was really good. The animation was really stunning. It's like something totally new. It actually feels like a comic book. I know I'd heard in many reviews and stuff people say that it felt like a comic book, and I was like, okay, but it really did. The animation was just done really, really well. The story is really fast-paced. Kind of get the origin story of Miles, and then this whole thing where all these different Spider-Mans get sucked into his universe, and they're trying to stop the Kingpin and get the others back to their universes before they disappear and everything. It's just a really fast-paced movie. I like the dynamic between Peter and Miles and everything, like the student-teacher type thing. I thought that was really cool, and just has a lot of really heartfelt moments. I think the most emotional moment for me, though, was Stan Lee's cameo. He had 2 cameos in this movie, but the first one is especially, I mean, it was just really kind of touching and everything because of him dying just a few weeks before this movie was released and everything. But I thought that was a really nice cameo, and one of my favorite cameos of his now. Probably my second favorite after Spider-Man 2. I mean, Spider-Man 3. But I also like that they poke fun at some of the previous Spider-Man stuff, especially in the beginning and everything. But when they kind of poke fun at Spider-Man 3, I thought that was kind of cool and everything. But I thought this was a really decent movie. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, and because I didn't get myself hyped up for this movie. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan and everything, but I kept my expectations really, really, really low because of the fact that it's from Sony Pictures Animation, who gave us the Emoji Movie, which is one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to see this, because after the Emoji Movie, I really didn't want to ever see another movie that studio ever made, but I was like, I need to see this because I'm a Spider-Man fan, and I'm glad I did. They actually did a good job. This is the first movie that they've done since open season that I felt was really actually as good as it looked and everything. It was really a lot of fun and everything. I was just hoping I wouldn't be disappointed because of Sony Pictures Animation, and I wasn't, though. I was really impressed with it. The score by Daniel Pemberton was done very well. It had a really good comic book feel to the music, if that makes any sense. But his score fit really well. And personally, I thought his score for this movie was better than the scores for some of the previous Spider-Man movies, like Spider-Man Homecoming and Venom's not a Spider-Man movie, but it's Sony Spider-Verse type movie. I get Spider-Man universe movie, but I thought the score for this movie was done really well and everything. But this isn't I don't think this is the best movie of the year. I know a lot of people are saying it was the best superhero movie, or one of the best, because I know most people wouldn't say it's better than Infinity War, but I've seen a few people even go that far. I definitely wouldn't say it was better than Infinity War or Black Panther, but it was still a really good movie and a lot of fun, and I would love to see sequels and spin-offs. If Sony Pictures Animation would quit making other movies and just stick with the Spider-Man movies, I think that they could become really, really good and everything. I hope we get to see more Spider-Man stuff, and I really hope we get to see a Spider-Ham movie, but I really don't think that'll ever happen, but it would be pretty cool and everything. My main complaints on this, I do kind of wish we would have gotten a little bit more backstory into Spider-Ham, Peony Parker, and Spider-Man Noir. I mean, I know they're pretty popular characters and stuff, but I'm not that extremely familiar with them. I would have liked to find out more of their backstory and everything, but maybe they'll do that in another movie eventually. That'd be pretty cool. I also like the end credits when they teased another Spider-Man that we'll probably get to see later, maybe in a sequel or something. I'm not going to say which Spider-Man it is, but that would be really cool if we get to see him in a movie. But I know that Sony Pictures Animation is currently working on another animated one that's going to feature different Spider-Women, including Silk and Spider-Woman. I'm not sure if Spider-Woman's going to be in it or not, but I'm looking forward to that movie and everything. I probably won't get myself hyped up for any other Sony animation movies unless they're Spider-Man related. But I really like this movie, and I hope we get to see more like it and everything. If this is what Sony's going to be doing with the Spider-Man rights, I think they should definitely keep this. Let Disney work with the live action and having him in the MCU, and just stick with doing animated movies. I think they would do really great and everything. This is a really good movie, and I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. Definitely worth the watch and everything, and definitely is probably going to make my top 10 favorite movies of 2018. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this movie in the comments. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it's the best Spider-Man movie ever, like a lot of people say? I don't think it's the very best, but it's definitely one of them and everything. I don't disagree that it's definitely one of the best Spider-Man movies. There are things I think that could have made it a little bit better, like they had originally talked about having Tobey Maguire in it instead of Jake Johnson. I would have loved that because Tobey is my favorite Spider-Man ever, but I think Jake Johnson was great and everything. But if there's any other movies you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments, and I'll review them as quick as I can. Also, top 10 list, or if there's any top 10 list or movie series rankings you'd like me to do, let me know, and I'll work on them as quick as I can. And thank you, and have a good day.